Hi everybody, Laura here. So glad you're joining me. Today I have a project to share with you using the new Butterfly Kisses stamp set by Mama Elephant. Absolutely beautiful stamp set. So let's just dive right in. I've got a panel of Nina Solar White. Actually, I've got like half a sheet of Nina Solar White on my Misty. And I'm going to take that big bloom from the Butterfly Kisses stamp set. I'm going to emboss it in clear. I'm going to do 2 big blooms and 2 of the butterflies. I can hardly just say the name of this stamp set, Butterfly Kisses. I just want to sing it. Have you heard the song? This is an older song. Some of you might know it. Some of you might not. Used to be one of my favorites. Butterfly kisses after bedtime prayer. Do you remember it? Bob Carlisle. Look it up. Butterfly Kisses. Beautiful song. He's talking about his little girl. He puts her to bed at night and they give each other butterfly kisses. So sweet. And I can't hardly say the name without singing it. You know those things that get stuck in your head and it just is what it is. Okay, so once we get the 2 big blooms embossed and the 2 butterflies, I'm going to trim them apart because I'm going to do a little ink blending. And that's what I do a lot of times when I'm going to do ink blending. I just cut them apart. That way I make sure that I don't get any of the ink on any of the stuff where I don't want it to go. Okay, so before I do the ink blending, I got to create a little mask because I want to separate the bloom from the leaves and the stems. So I stamped the bloom on the full sticky Post-it. This works great for creating masks. So I stamped it and then I'm trimming it out with some scissors. Pretty easy peasy, not too painful. So once I get the first mask on there, I can get to ink blending. Okay, so I'm just going to be honest with you straight up. I don't even know what kind of flower this is. I tried to look it up, but it was a little overwhelming when you start trying to look for flowers that you have absolutely no idea what the name of is. I bet every one of you guys probably knows the name of the flower, but I do not know a lot about flowers. I know a lot about food and animals and music. I don't know a lot about flowers. Okay, but I used tutti frutti on Rudy, and then a little eggplant, and now I'm going to mask the top of the bloom off. We're going to ink blend the stems. I started with one of my favorite colors, lemongrass. It's this gorgeous lime green. And then for a little depth, I went with a little mojito. And it gives you that little bit of darkness. And there's so many things you could do with these flowers. You could just straight up color them with Copics. You could paper piece them. You could watercolor them. You could do them with your Zig clean color markers. Oh, you could have a heyday with these blooms. I think they're going to be very popular. But I decided to do the ink blending. I love an embossed resist. I mean, it's my thing. Okay, so now moving on to the butterflies. I started with a little sunshine ink. And again, I'm kind of making up my own butterfly colors here. I just wanted something fun that would be a nice contrast with the purple flower. So I did a little sunshine, orangeade, and then for a little pop of red, I did some apple. And then once these are all ink blended, we'll use the Creative Cuts, the coordinating Creative Cuts, to die cut them out. And one thing that I always do when I'm doing emboss resist is I rub it down when I'm done with a dry paper towel. It gets any excess ink that might be laying on your embossing. It really makes the white pop. So now I'm die cutting these out with the Creative Cuts. By the way, have I mentioned that the Mama Elephant inks blend like butter? I think I say that whenever I pull out the Mama ink. Probably I say it only because I like to say butter and bring out my New York accent whenever I get the chance. Like walk the dog, have a cup of coffee. Those are actually the only 2 phrases I can say with a New York accent. And I don't even know if it's really how New Yorkers sound. It's just something I picked up off of TV. Anyhow, we're moving on. Okay, so I got a panel of soft stone polka dot pattern paper. This is by Paper Tray Ink. I cut a window circle opening into it to frame my sentiment. And I use a circle die from Pizzazz Pieces. It's a Creative Cut set by Mama Elephant, and you get some great frames, a rectangle and circles. There's a heart in there, and I use a larger circle, cut a window opening. What I'm doing is creating a focal point to draw your eye in towards the sentiment, which says butterfly kisses and birthday wishes to you. Yes, I can't say it. You have to sing it. Okay, so I'm using the Misty. You get perfect placement, inking it up with VersaFine Onyx Black, and then I'll pop it up with some foam tape, the soft stone polka dot panel, and then we're just going to assemble this card. I've put a lot of foam tape on the back of these flowers, and I love this purple and lime contrast on the soft stone polka dot. The whole thing's just really working for me. And then just the icing on the cake are these adorable little butterflies. And this is so fun. Now to finish it off, just for a little bling bling, I always do a little sparkling clear sequins here and there. Got the 3 different sizes, using a little glossy accents and my tweezers to adhere them down. And this card is finished. Such a beautiful stamp set. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.